All right, exciting Mike's Roundup. We're doing episodes 1 through 3 here. Now, the first one, the debut, the pilot, if you will, and episode 3, you get Gillie the Kid, Gillie the King. But for us, covering the Eagles, the Saquon one in episode 2. That's where the meat of the Eagles takeaways is. Well, as a voracious consumer of Eagles content, reporter that you are, what did you learn from Saquon Barkley's appearance that you did not know about the Eagles?
Well, the quick answer is what happens inside the Met Gala, right? Because we talked about it on the show, and I said, I've never been invited to the Met Gala. I don't know what happens in the Met Gala. And it was like
just an orgy. I was very surprised by that.
That's not what it is. But I said, are there speakers? What do you do? So it's as if Saquon is a loyal PHLY Eagles listener.
I believe he is.
Because or viewer. Because Saquon says, let me tell you what happens inside the Met Gala. And my ears were ringing. I was like, I'm hooked. So he talked about that. But then, look, I know that the conversation about the Earth get some attention. But what I liked about it is this: it was like they were hanging out in the locker room. They were on the couch, right? And I've been in that locker room as of you when they're having Michael Jordan versus LeBron James debates, or something's going on in the news and they're debating it. And it's like, so as silly as it might seem, I think, and you taught me this, podcasts are at their best when it's like the audience is hanging out with you. And in that moment, I felt like the audience was hanging out with Saquon, Cooper, and Reed. It was
that extra planet, though, I had never heard of.
No, but you were all over the Pluto thing. You.
Well, let's see what they said. It was very funny.
Yeah. Well, we got 9 planets, right? But like, there's another planet. It's called like Planet Nibiru.
Ain't that a moon?
Nah, bro. It's like a planet.
It's in our solar system
that only rotates in our solar system at a certain time every so many thousand years. And then like, there's like a thing like people like they think like the Anunnakis on there, and like it's I don't know, bro.
Like what?
It's crazy.
Like
it's crazy.
Like Star Wars
gods.
People? Oh,
and they were here, and they like help. They're gonna think
so like
crazy.
Marvel?
Nah, not like Marvel.
Like
but
Thanos?
They like kind of created the human race.
No way.
Yeah, there is a planet that comes in every so often in our solar system.
It's not Pluto, is it?
Nah, Pluto's a night planet, gang.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's a night planet.
But it used to be not like they used to be. It's a planet. No,
when we were kids, it was. Then we were in high school, it wasn't, and now it is again.
I thought it was just like a star. I thought they were saying it was like just a star.
Then it was.
But now it's a planet.
It's cold.
It's considered a planet now.
Pluto's not the cold one.
Pluto is the farthest away.
But it's not the cold one.
Which one is it?
What's the one that's cold?
Pluto.
How's it not cold?
Let's name them.
Mercury.
Go ahead. You
Mercury.
Start with Earth.
Earth is 3.
Earth is 3.
3.
Mercury, Venus.
That's close to the sun. Right?
Mercury. No, it's 4.
Earth is 3.
Mercury, Venus, Mars, Earth.
Oh, no, we look like dumb football players right now.
Mercury,
Mars?
Mercury, Venus.
What was the song?
Earth.
It wasn't like a song.
Mercury, Venus,
Earth, Mars.
I don't know, bro.
We can make it.
It's
Jupiter.
No,
hold on. I'm not talking about. Like we named like Jupiter, Pluto, Venus, Mercury, Earth, Mars,
Saturn.
Yeah,
Uranus.
That's. Why did you?
How old are you? How old are you? Uranus is the cold one. Pluto's not the cold one. Pluto's like dark.
It's the farthest away.
Pluto's the farthest away from the sun.
I don't think.
So Pluto's not a planet.
Hey man, I don't make the rules.
I don't know why I'm fighting you.
I don't make the rules.
Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. That's 7.
You gotta grow up, bro. You gotta grow
looked
up.
at me.
You gotta grow up.
Football-wise, Zach, one thing that I did enjoy was Saquon making the case that this is one of the best teams of all time that they were on last year. And, you could argue with his ranking of the top 5. But I do think that's a bit of a window into how this team thinks of itself moving forward, right? As you spin that forward. What they accomplished last year, they feel like they are sort of the big bad.
Yeah, it's as if they were taking Jeffrey Lurie's cues, right? Because Jeffrey Lurie said something like that.
No, cues on episode 4.
Look at that. Best host in the business. Sorry, Cooper. Best host in the business right here. Best host in the city, I said, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, but Cooper's in the city.
Wow. All right.
But no.
Sorry, I'm no Mark Maron.
His podcast is ending, actually.
Well,
so
maybe I can finally get the top spot.
No, so the interesting thing too is when they spoke about the to your point, the run that they went on there, like post bye, and they knew the numbers, and it was an exceptional team, not just in the way they won and in the postseason feats, but even you look at like just the high end talent that they have. Saquon Barkley's year was unforgivable. It was one of the great years in NFL history, and
Absolutely.
And they have players on the, it was interesting hearing Cooper and Reed like marvel at Saquon, and when you see professional athletes marvel at each other, that stands out. But then like Saquon's understanding in the clip you mentioned of NFL history, and I've spoken to Saquon about running back history, but he was able to pick out certain teams. Now he really focused on defense, which surprised me. Like I don't think of the 2000 Ravens as one of the great teams in NFL history.
Best defenses,
but so he was focusing more on defenses. But
no offense, but Trent Dilfer is not in the conversation for any of the best teams of all time.
You might be offended though.
Well, come at me, Trent. What's his record?
He has a ring. Rings don't lie, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what the guy said about Saquon's athleticism.
So what's the most you've ever squatted?
The most I ever squatted, I think, was like six something.
6 something?
Yeah.
When what? How old were you?
Probably not that long. 22, 23 years old.
What's on the bar right here? We got Saquon Barkley.
Five-
595, right?
585.
585.
6 plates.
But like
585.
I was there. You can't see me.
We were
I'm
right
right
back
there.
there.
You see me?
Yeah.
You see me?
Left corner. I see.
Left
you.
corner.
Yeah.
Yeah. But dude, it's crazy to see the bar before you even pick it up.
It's bending.
It's freaking. It looks like it's gonna break.
This was dumb because I should listen to Eddie. He wanted me to warm up. So
No.
like we were just jumping high. We had if you remember, we had team meeting like in 10 minutes. So like, I was jumping weights. Like so I went 315, 405, 495, 585. I didn't allow myself to.
But I mean, still like. Were you hurting after that?
Nah, I wasn't hurting after that.
Because you do 3?
Yeah, I
Should
could
have
have
done
done 3. Yeah.
How many reps do you think you could do with that? 585.
On a good week, I can do a lot more. I mean, this is the same week I was in F1 on the weekend. I had Met Gala.
Busy. Yeah.
It was a busy week for me.
Travel.
But I like that this is here. But I kind of got away from this training. And like I do it here and there just to touch it, like and compete in the weight room. But like only lifts that go viral was, lifts like that. But in reality, I've been focusing more on like mobility stuff and just, preparing my body for the grind and the wear and tear of a season, especially with the mindset that we have of playing 20 and 21 games.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about last season playing 20, 21 games.
Yeah, I like how okay, cool.
Yeah,
okay.
2K say.
2K say.
2K say.
NFL Offensive Player of the Year.
Type.
What were your expectations coming into last season? Like, obviously you knew the O-line that we had, all the talent around you, but what were your expectations coming in?
Yeah, I mean, coming into the season, I knew I was able to have a special year. That's a big reason why I made the decision to sign to Philly. I had obviously other teams, but me and my family, my friends felt like coming to Philly will give us the best chance to win.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like my legacy and the type of player that I wanted to be can continue to happen if I came here. And the O-line, tight ends, the coaching, so much goes into rushing for 2,000 yards. Like it's not an accident why there's only been 9 players to ever do it. It gets, can't be great without the greatness of others. We know Nick beat that in our head. And I truly believe in that. So it's like coming here and I knew that A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Jalen Hurts, Dallas Goedert, and that O-line, it would just only help me. And so I didn't come in with the mindset of like, oh, I'm going to rush for 2,000 or I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I came in just with a clean slate and just focusing on buying in, submitting myself to whatever coach asked me to do. And all that just came out to be a hell of a year.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, everybody like wants to follow you too. Like, you obviously, like, I played against you for what, 2-3 years, maybe 2 years, and like you were that star player. We got to worry about you everywhere you go, and now you put you on our team, and it's like, hey, 2-6 out there, we should be good, man.
I think it elevates everybody else.
Absolutely.
Right?
All right, Zach, last thing here. Are you a big slide into people's DMs kind of guy?
No,
okay.
Not in the sense that it's traditionally used.
Okay.
I'm a. Okay, let me clarify this. If I'm pursuing an interview,
Okay.
I will send a message to. If you know, it used to be you would call players. Sometimes you text players, but now DMs it's like texting. So you can message a player or someone like that via DM sometimes. So I'm not a slide into DMs typically, but I do respond whenever there's a reader or
Are
viewer.
there often young ladies sliding into your DMs?
No, it's not young ladies. No, it's well, sometimes it's
Well,
we
don't
have
do
female
so.
viewers, yeah. But if someone has a question about the show, if they compliment a show, if they want a book, yeah, my DMs are open, and so I love interacting with fans.
But if you were a young 20-something man who was single, you wouldn't feel too bad if there were as many women sliding into your DMs as there appear to be with Cooper DeJean.
Well, what's the weirdest DM you've ever gotten?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
what about you?
some girl made a whole presentation and sent it to my marketing team via DM. They made a whole presentation on why I should go on a date with them. So,
wow.
All right, good stuff from the first 3 episodes of the exciting Mics. Much more to come all summer. We've got you covered on PHLY.